Good morning. My name is Karen Rizak, the director of the Ethics Institute at Kent Place School. It's my privilege to welcome you, students, coaches, judges, moderators, and guests to the third annual New Jersey Middle School Ethics Bowl. This is truly one of the most exciting events of the year as our young ethicists consider some of the most pressing issues we face in our society today. Modeled after the National High School Ethics Bowl, the Middle School Ethics Bowl aims to teach students how to think through ethical issues together. This is not a debate. Rather, it's the chance for competing teams to share their thinking, their ethical perspectives, and most importantly, to engage in meaningful discourse with the goal of expanding an understanding of the issue and of each other. We are grateful to the sponsors of the New Jersey Middle School Ethics Bowl, the Ethics Institute at Kent Place School, the Squire Family Foundation, and most especially Margot Meyer, in whose honor the Margot Meyer Ethical Leadership Award is named. Thanks also to the National High School Ethics Bowl organization for providing the virtual platform and support to allow this 2020-2021 season to run. I also want to give a special thanks to Missy Sheehy for her tireless efforts in putting this bowl together, and most especially to Ariel Sykes, the Assistant Director of the Ethics Institute, for organizing and running today's competition platform. So good luck to all the teams. Enjoy the day.
Welcome to the 2021 Virtual Middle School Ethics Bowl. My name's Ariel Sykes, and I'm the Assistant Director of the Ethics Institute at Kent Place School and one of the lead organizers for the event this year. We're very happy for all of you for joining us during what is a certainly unprecedented year. If you want to keep up to date on how the teams are doing, what your school is placed at the end of each round, we'll be updating the team standings on our Instagram and Facebook page, so make sure to follow us. The schedule for today are as follows. We will have rounds 1 through 3, in which all schools will be competing for their standing in the final round, where the top 2 teams of the day will compete for the title of New Jersey Middle School Ethics Bowl champions. At 9:20, round 1 will begin. At 11:10, round 2 will begin. Then we'll break for lunch and come back at 1:20 to begin and end round 3. We'll make an announcement about the top 2 teams that will be competing in the finalist round at 3:05 on our live YouTube channel. Then we will have our finalist round from 3:20 to 4:50, and then wrap up the day at 5 p.m. with a quick awards and recognition ceremony that you can follow us on YouTube. This year, the Middle School Ethics Bowl has a slightly different structure than in the past and is different from the National High School Ethics Bowl. Our match is still being divided into 2 halves, where the first half, one case is discussed by Team A, and in the second half, the Team B will present on the second case. However, after the presentation, the teams are going to be invited to participate in an open dialogue round, where they'll further to discuss the ethical question of the case and explore all the ethical issues that it raises. Judges will continue to ask teams questions, but at the end of each half, the non-presenting team will be asked a final question where they identify the strongest and most persuasive ethical issue raised by the other team in their presentation, open dialogue, and judges' questions. We're really excited to try out this new structure this year and hope that it continues the spirit of ethical discourse among all teams involved. We want to recognize the schools that will be competing this year. This year, we have 9 schools and 16 teams competing. Thank you, Dwight Englewood, for sending 2 teams to this year's competition. Thank you, Far Hills, for sending 3 teams this year for competition. They're sending 3 teams because yesterday they stepped up and offered to fill in a spot that was last-minutely opened by another school dropping out. So thank you for stepping up and helping us make today possible. Gill St. Bernard's, thank you for sending 1 team to this year's event. Farbrook, thank you for sending 2 teams to this event. Peck School, thank you for sending 1 team to this event. Friends Academy, thank you for sending 2 teams to today's event, and welcome from Massachusetts. Kent Place School, thank you for sending 2 teams to this year's event. Bob Laner Middle School, hi Texas, thank you for sending 2 teams to this year's event. The Willow School, thank you for sending 1 team to this year's event. And most importantly, we'd like to thank all of our judges for helping make today's possible. The judges and moderators that will run the rounds are all volunteering their time on the weekend to help run this event. We appreciate your expertise, guidance, and willingness to spend your time with us today. A brief overview about our Zoom expectations for today's event. If you're participating as a student, a judge, a moderator, a coach, or as an observer, we kindly ask that when you join the Zoom call for your assigned match, that you rename yourself using your first name, your team identifier, and the role in which you are playing for that match. When connectivity allows and your bandwidth is strong, we'd ask that all participants in the Zoom call keep their videos on. In order to make sure that we can hear everything that's going on, please keep yourself muted unless you are speaking. If you're wondering, how do I find the rounds and log into these Zoom calls, please reach out to the coach of your school's team. They were provided a website link and the password in order to enter that website that has our match schedule and Zoom links available. And of course, if at any point you have any questions, our Zoom help desk and Zoom phone line or help phone line are available all day to help support you and make sure that you have a successful event. Thank you again for spending time with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again in person soon.